How do we increase our cash flow? Most of us know the answer. If I said, you know what, I need to make more money. Well, the very first thing that you would do is probably say, oh, you know what, I need to get another job, or I need to work overtime. That's kind of the standard work harder, make more money. And that's certainly a valid way of earning additional revenue. We all know that one. We all kind of use that to get additional revenue. The next one is, you know what, I'm going to have to tighten my belt. I'm going to have to create a budget and eat out less and cancel the cable and any number of other things to spend less money, which also has a deep impact on how we live. We don't want to have a minimalist mentality. We want to be able to have the things that we want and or need without always having to sacrifice that in the service of getting additional cash flow. Because at the end of the day, the reason we're getting cash flow is to live our lives. We don't want to serve our cash flow. We want our cash flow to service us. So that's still another way for us to get back some of our cash flow, but it shouldn't be the primary. And these are generally two of the options that most people stop at. But you guys are savvy and you're in this class. And so we've added a third one. We buy assets. And we're define an asset as an item that puts money in your pocket. So we have these homes, we are trying to pay them off, but we're also starting with cash flow at the beginning so that we are actually getting more cash flow so that we can either buy more assets to give us additional cash flow or pay off debt, which is the fourth option. We can pay off a debt, we can pay off a credit card, and those monthly minimum payments now are recaptured back inside of our cash flow. We can pay off a car, and that car payment is recaptured inside of our cash flow. And then lastly, we kind of touched on it, and this is something that I think is vastly underestimated. We can recapture our tax burden. We can increase the amount of deductions we have to reduce the amount of taxes we're paying to Uncle Sam and pocket that. Now, these are essentially the ways in which we can increase our cash flow. What strikes me about this list is the ones that cost us the most money are the ones that we outsource the most, i.e. our taxes and generally our payments to cars and homes and mortgages and the like. So what I've been asked most recently is, how do I make that decision, especially between 3 and 4? When do I buy assets to put money in my pocket, and when do I pay off debt? And how do I make that decision? That has come up a considerable amount over the last couple of months. And again, we want to have guidelines that's going to show us how we're going to make those decisions. The guidelines